I've been thinking about what I call angel energy. And angel energy is just getting love, especially unexpected love, from total strangers. And it's like the universe kissing you. So I have, there are so many instances of that. There's, a young woman gave me a hug at Young and Eglinton one day. I don't know what she was doing. She was with a couple of people. She was a young white woman, probably in her mid 20s. I was, I guess, around 50. And yeah, so she separated from these other two young people she was with about her age. And she walked up to me and she said, "Can I give you a hug?" And I thought, well, sure, give me a hug. Sure. And we hugged, and it was a nice, embrace, nice hearty embrace, and and then the hug ended, and she joined her friends, and they walked off, and I felt so many different things. I felt like this is nice. I felt like, wow, is this a come on? I felt like, man, ashamed of myself for thinking about it, being a come on. Uh, I was tempted to check my pockets. my I was I was tempted to check my pockets afterwards, and then I felt, I felt embarrassed about having wanted to check my pockets, and yet, it wasn't going to totally go away until I checked my pockets, and of course nothing was missing, and it was just really nice. Um, I was going back to Cambridge from spending 6 months in San Francisco, and this was like in the end of January, beginning of February, and I took the Gray Rabbit out of San Francisco, the hippie bus, where they said no smoking tobacco, but you could smoke anything else you wanted to smoke. And bed of the the bed of the bus. This is an old Greyhound bus, and the bed of the bus covered in mattresses, and it was a fun day and a half or so, and maybe a couple of days. I got to Cleveland, and I had to get out in Cleveland because I wanted to go visit Rhett, visit my brother in Brockport. So Brockport, between I guess closer to Rochester than to Buffalo. Anyway, I'd never been there before, but Cleveland was the closest place I could get off and get to Brockport. So this is like late afternoon, and it is cold. I've been in California. I was walking on the beach on Christmas. I ain't thought about no heavy clothes. Now from I had come from Atlanta, hadn't I? Anyway, I had on whatever I had on, but I was cold. I was freezing my ass off, and I had done a bunch of hitchhiking, so I knew I'd have to wait, but this was like a long wait. There's so much traffic passing by, and you get where you want to, you don't know what to do. You don't want to freeze to death. Uh, Finally, somebody stops, and it's a station wagon, and it's a young family, young white family, uh, a couple, maybe 30-ish or so, and one or two kids, and I don't remember the kids at all. But anyway, I was frozen, and so the first 10 minutes or so, they were trying to help me get warmed up, giving me stuff to cover myself with. I think she might have been rubbing my hands to try to get feeling back into them. really nice people, asking how I was, what I was doing. I'm telling them where I'm going. They say, well, they can't take me very far because they're getting off, what, 30 miles away or something like that. But they get me warmed up. Are you hungry? Yeah, I'm hungry. Yeah, I could stand something to eat. And they have they've been to a Kentucky Fried Chicken. They had some chicken left in this bucket, and they handed me the bucket. I started eating. It wasn't long before they had to let me out. But all the while, they're just being so encouraging and and caring and nice and wishing me a great time ahead. And and they let me out. They give me the rest of the chicken, and they give me $5, and they give me a Bible, and that was it. Never saw those people again. But how often I think of them. That was just such a sweet kiss from the universe, running into these people. And I got off, and I got a ride right away with a truck driver who took me right to my brother's door. After we did some sightseeing. He'd always wanted to see Niagara Falls, and had never been there before. And this guy, he was another angel. He was a farmer, and in the off season he was a delivery driver. So he was delivering. I think he was delivering like pianos or something. And he was going all the way east. And but he had this farm in Wisconsin, North Dakota. But we chatted and chatted, and he invited me to spend the next summer on his farm in a few months. And I never did. I don't recall as I ever got in touch with him again. I should, but anyway, it was so wonderful. Just another one of those beautiful experiences with people in the world. There was this little old woman who was, I mean, she wasn't at all like my grandmother, but she was an old black woman, probably in her 80s. Anyway, I was working out of a labor pool in Norfolk, Virginia, and I got a job working for like the big department store, doing deliveries. So it was a 1 day thing. We load up this van with all sorts of furniture, mostly quite nice furniture, and we pack it according to this route. This driver's going to take us, heading, looping around to get back to where we start. So all day we're out. It's a hot day, and we're going through really nice, well-off parts of town, mostly neighborhoods, all white, and people with nice homes, and we're bringing in dining room tables and freezers and sofas, and they're up. Thanks. We're on our way. No tips all day, no offers of water all day. So we get to the end of the route, and there's a lamp. That's all that's left. And we're leaving. We've left the nice neighborhoods and the middle class neighborhoods, and now we're going through like this fringe neighborhood on the way back to the warehouse. And we go this little side street, and we come up to this not much more like a really well-worn little one-room looking house. And that's where this old woman, this black woman, comes out of the house, and oh, how are you gentlemen today? And she's just, oh, my lamp's come, and hey, would you like some water? And she goes and she brings us each a big glass of cold water. First water that's been offered to us all day. And the guy I'm working with is another black guy. The guy I'm working with is a white guy, actually. And anyway, this woman is so sweet, and then she gives us $1 each. Now, it might have been a quarter each, I don't remember for sure. This was like, oh, when would have this been? Late 70s. That was an angel.